Now we'll look at looking better, the visible changes. Everybody who is trying to lose weight or improve their body composition probably fits into one of two categories, or probably both. They want to look better naked, or they want to improve, longevity, be around for longer. Some people are both. If you look at the main kind of drivers for people's endeavours, then this is kind of what most people are looking for, and that's absolutely fine. It's fine to want to look better and feel better. Like, that's, you're no vain for wanting to be the best version of yourself. You only get one body. You know what I mean? You're as well looking after it and trying to thrive in it as much as you can, because when it's done, from what we know, it's all over. All right. So let's look at some objective markers, things that we're looking at, things that we want to see improving over a period of time, and these indicators of progress. So tracking circumferences, again, waist, hips, thigh, chest, arms, etc. There's more that you can do. Can be great indicators of composition improvement. So we're seeing, for men, we're seeing a reduction in the waist and potentially a small reduction in the hips, and we're seeing an increase in the chest, or an increase in the arms, or an increase in the thighs and things like that. So that's letting us know that, whilst we want something happening with the scales, just dependent on our overall body weight and the amount of fat we have to lose. But if we see positive things happening with circumferences, then we know that there's something going on. That that's a check in the box that there's been positive feedback from our endeavours. Tracking weight changes as well, multiple times per week. I do it daily personally. Just get up, use the toilet, and weigh myself, and then just take note of that, just so I can see the natural fluctuations that happen through the week. Especially important for women, so they can see that natural fluctuations in their body weight in relation to the menstrual cycle, and then it starts to build up an acceptance, especially if you're using things like a cycle tracker, that you're tracking your symptoms, as well as if you've got something that you can track, body weight and stuff like that, concurrently with it. Then you can start to see things like, oh, at this time of the month, or this period of my cycle, I usually feel like this. My body weight's usually doing this, and come 3 days later, I usually see this happen, and then it just becomes, and there's an acceptance to it. You understand your body, you understand how it operates, and you don't get too high or too low about it. You're just able to take that data in and acknowledge it. And if you're working with a coach, then it's definitely something that you should be tracking, even just as an awareness thing. Just being aware of what your body does at certain times of the month. For men, it's nowhere near as complex, but for women, it's really important to be aware of your cycle, and the different um, symptoms, and the different things that you go through monthly. Progress photos, again, taking regular photos, you're going to see those visual composition changes. I do this. I get clients to do this a lot, or all my clients who are comfortable to do it. But it's no for me. It's for them, because I know if they follow the process, they'll end up where I want them to end up. But the seeing the pictures is super important as well, especially if we analyse things typically on a weekly or fortnightly basis, and we compare to the last week in general, like how's our progress versus last week, kind of thing, or how has this last week looked. And sometimes life happens, you end up going out a bit more than you thought you were going to, or you go out for a few meals, or whatever it is. Something, life gets in the way, and you go and enjoy yourself, and you don't stick to the diet as much, or whatever it is. And then some people can come into that check-in and a little bit down or whatever, and it's important to then go, well, have a look at your first pictures. Look at the first pictures that you took. Look at your first set of circumferences, and look where we are. So compliance on the week, 1 week out of the year, or a couple of times out of the year, it's not a massive thing. at all. And it's so important to take a zoomed out look and look at the progress overall. And as long as we're making good progress overall and everyone's comfortable with the progress that we're making, then, chalk it up as a lesson learned and move on. Again, pictures, ideally same time, same place, same condition. So first thing in the morning in a fasted state. Strength and performance gains. We should be seeing improvements in strength, endurance, and/or muscle mass, or all three, depending on the methodology or the training program that we're following. And if we're not seeing those, they'll get to a point in a diet where, progress will kind of taper off and it'll get hard to beat your PBs and stuff like that every week. But for the most part, especially for newbies, we should be seeing some strength gains and performance gains week to week. We should at least be improving our technique week to week. There's always something that we can do better. Even me, I'm by no means the finished article. I'm always looking to try and improve and get better. So that's another thing that we want to see. Again, another marker that we're looking at. So are we getting stronger over a period of time? Again, doesn't need to be super zoomed in week to week thing. Look at it in a zoomed out focus over a period of 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever it is. Are we getting stronger? And if we are, happy days. Sometimes it's not there. We just, poor night's sleep, not adequate nutrition to support, higher stress levels, whatever it is. There's a whole host of things that can affect your training performance. As long as we're making progress over a longer period of time, that's what we want to be looking for. And then how clothes fit, feeling a bit looser around the waist, or you're going down a dress size or going down a belt, a notch on your belt buckle, having to buy, smaller work trousers or whatever it is, and maybe for guys and women as well, feeling a bit tighter in the arms or a bit tighter across the chest or, tighter across the quads or something like that, indicators that, again, we're doing the right things and we're making progress. And that progress feedback, again, positive feedback loop, helps you to feel like your endeavours have been worthwhile and you're much likely to repeat the feat again. The longer that we can continue these habits and behaviours, the better our outcomes are going to be.